Halo, selamat malam semuanya. Terima kasih sudah datang. Bagi yang baru pertama kali ke At Amerika, selamat datang di At Amerika. Kita berkenalan, tempat duduknya adalah seperti ini. Jadi mohon karena masih akan ada lagi orang-orang yang ingin menyaksikan peluncuran ini. Terima kasih atas kerjasama teman-teman, Bapak Ibu semua sekalian.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to At America. Thank you. My name is Patricia Elizabeth, and we are welcoming you from At America, Jakarta, Indonesia. At America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. And today is the premier event in At America for over almost 14 years. It's the Infinity and Beyond Starliner Launch Party. Today, we're going to witness the historic launch of the Atlas V rocket and Starliner spacecraft live from Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Join us until the end with Boeing Indonesia for the live broadcast of this pivotal moment in space exploration. And now, without any further ado, allow me to invite the country managing director, Boeing Indonesia. Please, everyone, give a big round of applause to Zed Alami.
Thank you, sir.
The floor is yours, Zed.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Hey, selamat malam, Team Jakarta. All right. We're very excited to be here, and saya Zed Alami, country managing director dari Boeing Indonesia. Before we start, I'd like to start with a pantun. So I don't speak very good bahasa Indonesia, but we'll try. So here we go. Pagi hari makan kelapa. Songgit tabur jadi alasnya. Kita di sini telah berjumpa. Roket meluncur hati bahagia. Thank you very much. So today we're very excited. Let's see if the slide is coming up. I'm not sure if the slide. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're very excited to be here to celebrate and watch really the launch of the Boeing CST-100 Starliner going to space, going to dock with the International Space Station. It's a very big moment for Boeing and the world, and I'm very happy to see that there's no room really in the room to get more people in here. So very excited to see all of you, mostly young Indonesian students, interested in space and collaborating here with Boeing. And thanks for At America and USAID and HEPI for this great opportunity to be here. So real quick, just to start, we have a video about Boeing Indonesia. If we can play that.
Boeing culture is so much ingrained in Indonesia's culture. We use the term kekeluargaan, or people-oriented.
It's a place where we work and we have a business, but we also live here.
In work, I do engineering, and then in my spare time, I connect the Boeing products into art. I want to create identity of Indonesia inside of Boeing.
And liftoff.
Starliner.
Indonesia is the fourth largest population in the world, a vibrant democracy, a G20 country with a rapidly growing economy, 17,000 islands, much of it connected by aviation. Boeing has more than 7 decades in Indonesia. We have established our permanent office in Jakarta to further support the aviation ecosystem in Indonesia in the defence space, commercial space, training, supply chains, and industrial partnerships.
Field service, we are the face of Boeing to the customers. Trust you earn every day.
Our customers require excellence in quality and perfection in every product that is made here in Indonesia, in my country. Boeing is more than just a company. It works with the Indonesian people. It helps develop Indonesia's society.
What I see now, I see more women in full stack. If you want to become a pilot, girl, you go for it. You can achieve any dream you want.
Boeing Indonesia is a partnership primed for growth. Our partnership spans all different disciplines. We're here to support our customers and learn from the Indonesian people. There's a specific term that resonates with me, which is gotong royo, which means lifting together, and it's really about working together towards a common goal.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today, and we have a map of Indonesia, and I want you guys to guess. Every black dot is an airport in Indonesia. Can anybody guess how many airports we have in Indonesia? 300. Anybody else? 308. Very precise. So 350. Okay, so the correct answer is 600. There's a lot of airports in Indonesia. We have celebrated, this year we celebrate our 75th anniversary in Indonesia. We delivered our first airplane in 1949, actually January 26, 1949. It was a DC-3 to Garuda Indonesia. And that airplane today is actually in front of, we have Sari here in the room, our longest serving Boeing Indonesia employee, but that airplane is currently in front of her office today. So, we're very committed to this country, but in 2021, we doubled down on our commitment to Indonesia and we opened our corporate office. And today, we project, according to IATA, which is the International Air Transport Association, they project Indonesia to become the 4th largest aviation market in the world by 2036. So that's a huge, huge amount of growth that we see here. We're looking at 11.9% growth per year today and increasing that in the future. Anybody can guess how many active commercial jet airplanes we have in Indonesia today? Guess, anything. So we have 600 airports. How many airplanes? 4,000. Good guess. Anybody else? 700. There's 800 registered aircraft, only of which 400 are active commercial jet airplanes. We project a need for 1,300 over the next 20 years. Again, huge amounts of growth. And as you can see here, if a domestic flight from Aceh to Papua would be about 7 hours long. Something I recently learned, which I didn't know before, is the normal world map that we look at is actually not to scale. If you take the world map and build it to scale, and you overlay the map of Indonesia over Europe, Aceh will be in London. Anybody can guess where Papua would be on that map? Where? So where would it be on the map if Aceh is in London? Russia, very close. Afghanistan. It's that big of a country. So with that being said, we have, given that there's 280 million people here with a very young population, median age of 29.9. All of you here, I think, are mostly college students. That's why we see a lot of growth coming here in the future. And that's on the commercial side. On the defense side, there's also a very sizable market, and we're working with the current government and President-elect Prabowo on future defense deals. And we also have a big satellite business here. So the first satellite that we delivered to Indonesia is in 1976, Palapa Satu. And since then, we have sold additional satellites, and hopefully soon we'll deliver the latest satellite to Indonesia in the next year or so. With that being said, I just wanted to quickly mention, since we have a number of university students, we launched our first internship in Indonesia at Boeing, where the selected students will join Boeing Indonesia for 3 months. They'll spend 2 months in Jakarta, in our Jakarta office, working with our team, and then they will also spend 1 month in our California engineering team, working alongside our engineers there. So this round has closed, but stay posted and follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram, and you'll see when the next cycle opens. And that's really all I wanted to mention today about Boeing Indonesia, but I just want to focus a little bit on the Starliner launch that we have today. It's the crewed flight test, so the first time we have astronauts in that spacecraft launching to the International Space Station. We have a Q&A session today with one of our technical experts that's currently in Houston. We have some videos from our folks in Florida that are there with the launch. They can't talk to us right now live because you're going to see them in the videos, in the live stream, but they can't talk to us live, but they have pre-recorded some videos for you, and we'll have some door prizes, trivia, and the people that get the best answers or win the raffle, we'll give you guys some gifts. So over to Patricia, I think. Thank you.
Good evening, Boeing of Jakarta. My name is Nathaniel Kiak Franson. I'm a test engineering manager on the Starliner program here at Kennedy Space Center in Florida, United States. And today we're going to be launching Butch and Sunny onto a trip to the International Space Station. You'll see me on the camera in the White Room during the live stream. I'll be there with my team configuring the spacecraft for launch, helping Butch and Sunny into their seats, closing the hatch and sending them on their way. You'll see me, I've got the number 4 on my back. And thank you all for tuning in to watch the launch along with us. We appreciate you, everybody out in Indonesia, supporting the Starliner program. So let's go CFT.
Okay. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Good evening here. And now we are here at America, Jakarta, Indonesia. Everyone can say hi. Hi. Yeah. We're about around 100 until 150 people here, Tony. Yes. And now.
Fantastic.
Yes, fantastic. How is it? How are you there?
Well, first off, a big welcome to all of you here to Houston, Texas. This is a space city. I grew up here, and over my more than 30 years, I've been at Boeing since I was an intern. So it is a fantastic opportunity to hear of the internship opportunities ahead for students. And as I mess with my earpiece here, keeping track on everything going on this dynamic day to get Starliner to the International Space Station. It's been a fantastic journey.
Okay, we already here, Team at America already watched the broadcast to watch the launch. And yeah, so now we're having Zed Alami also, Managing Director for Indonesia. So over to you, Zed, for the Q&A session with Tony.
Hey, Tony, thanks for joining us. This is Zaid again. We have, I think Patricia said 150, but I'm counting about 200 and some.
Yeah.
So, engineers like to be accurate, but so we're gonna,
exactly.
Yeah, we're going to open it up to the team here. Anybody that has questions, please raise your hand and ask Tony. So, Tony, maybe you can start real quick by giving a quick background about yourself and your expertise in relation to Starliner.
Sure, fantastic. So, I started my career on the space shuttle, and as you can see here in my house, everything I work on becomes a Lego set of some sort. And, I graduated from Rice University here in Houston, Texas, where John F. Kennedy gave his "Let's Go to the Moon" speech. Here we do the hard things. And I caught the bug, if you will, to be inspired by the tremendous teamwork that occurs to launch a space shuttle, to launch a spacecraft. And now I've been with Boeing for 18 years, and my jobs have ranged from working on the space shuttle on the propulsion systems side, getting the large external tank of the space shuttle fueled up and ready to launch. I worked on about 16 missions on that program, and then got the opportunity of a lifetime to help build the Boeing Starliner. I was with Starliner from the very beginning when we did what we called a preliminary design review, which said, this is what the vehicle will look like. What can we do in space with a brand new spaceship? And one of my most favorite things was creating and developing the full-scale astronaut training system. So if you all have been seeing the astronauts, Sunny and Butch, in the crew vehicle, we have a replica of that here in Houston, Texas at Johnson Space Center, where we train the crew on what a typical day is when you're on the launch pad. And seeing Butch and Sunny in the spacecraft today is a realization and really a special place in my career, because my job was to introduce the vehicle to crew members. And that training has led to the crew members that are in the launch vehicle and on Starliner today, launching here at 12:25 p.m. Eastern on Florida's Space Coast. Currently, I am at National Defense University, which is an organization and a university learning with America's top diplomats, members of the armed forces, and really learning all of the items and perspectives globally. And it's just so appropriate today to celebrate 75 years of diplomatic relations with Indonesia, and most importantly, to be here with you all today to celebrate this great launch.
Okay, can we give a big round of applause to Tony? So, yeah, thank you, Tony. By the way, I'm Patricia Elizabeth. I'm one of the guide here in Ad America. I will be help Zaid for the question and answer session. And yeah, again, audiences, Tony is a senior manager of Boeing Space and Lounge. So please, this is a big opportunity for you. If you have questions, you can raise your hand, you can state your name, and yes, please. Is it okay, Zaid?
Yeah, go
yeah,
for it.
okay.
Where's the camera? So he can see us?
Yeah, you can see this camera.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, good day, Tony. My name is Christian. I'm professor, doctor in aerospace and astronautics. I graduated from Wichita, actually, in Midwest, close to your Texas. My question will be, first, how do you kind of like forming, norming the teamwork among the team that is actually a complete stranger, but you have to work in a solid team? And the second, what will be the sustainability of the project in terms of environment? So the first one is how to forming, norming, and storming of the team from complete strangers, becoming a solid team. And the second one is the sustainability, or especially in the environment point of view. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Tony, do you want
Sure.
to answer the questions right away?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we've got time. So first and foremost, from a forming, storming, norming, we have trained for many years for this moment. What you don't see, and what you see today, is certainly a real scenario. We're about to launch here at 12:25 p.m. Eastern, but many, many, many simulations have taken place, both in the astronaut training systems and vehicles, as well as the mission control team. And today you've been hearing United Launch Alliance, our Atlas V rocket provider that will launch us to the International Space Station to get into the right orbit. You hear the Starliner team, and you hear the NASA team. And we have gone through simulations that last the full mission scope from launch to landing, so that we understand not only the nominal or normal ways that we launch to space, but also the backup ways, because when we launch crew, safety is the #1 priority. And so whether it is communication loops and humans in the loop with the environmental control systems, the backup control systems, the backup environmental systems, this all helps our team come together. I'll share a quick sidebar on that. I'm a violist. I grew up as a viola player as part of an orchestra. And human spaceflight is absolutely an orchestra. Every instrument has to play its note correctly so that everyone knows what the beauty of music is all about. And so when we see that launch vehicle launch from Florida, that is the team, everyone playing their note correctly, ensuring all their systems are nominal and within the engineering guidelines that we have rehearsed for many years. And you see that work at play. Astronaut Mike Fink just mentioned here earlier on the webcast, Sonny and Butch are on the tip of the spear. But behind them is a tremendous team of engineers, scientists from Boeing, ULA, and NASA. And that is that team at work. From a sustainability perspective, we know that there are more and more satellite launches today. We view sustainability at Boeing from a variety of perspectives. From our special aerospace fuels that are a part of our eco demonstrator program on Boeing aircraft, and the ability to fly point to point with sustainable fuels, to working and launching new satellites. On the Space Launch System, which is the orange rocket, that's our Moon Mars rocket with NASA. The engines, their byproduct is steam. From a satellite perspective, we want to make sure we don't have so many satellites that we ensure we limit the amount of orbital debris that occurs at multiple levels of orbits. And so we look at these architectures in partnership with all of the international partners from the International Space Station, from the Artemis Accords, to satellite providers and satellite groups in themselves to ensure that we continue to act sustainably for space so that we all can benefit here on Earth, so that the starry night sky are the stars and we don't over constrain ourselves in those multiple orbits.
Okay, Zed, do you want to add anything?
I don't know what I can add to Tony's remarks. I think he said it well. Any next question? All right,
question?
let's see the young kid over there.
Okay, please do. Hi, kid.
Okay, so my name is Sharif. So my question is,
you can see through this camera.
First of all, so how many people will go to the ISS? And the second question is, when the crews got sick, what will they do in a small spaceship? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
okay,
you.
Tony, over to you.
Our job is to introduce more humans the opportunity to fly into low Earth orbit, to space station, and beyond. That's truly a tremendous capability that we are introducing to the world today. Today, you see 2 people on the Boeing Starliner. The vehicle is designed for 4 to 5 astronauts based on commercial astronaut capabilities, but also NASA's needs on the International Space Station. The vehicle is designed for the ability to dock to future destinations in low Earth orbit. And we also see a world where the vehicle can expand. It was originally designed for up to 7. And so that has always been a part of our engineering design process aligned to NASA's needs. Now, from more people going to space, we absolutely see that the International Space Station has a tremendous amount of visitors this year, and it varies up to about 12 to 14 people based on the number of astronaut vehicles visiting the International Space Station. So we see a future where many more humans, and maybe even yourself, come on up to the International Space Station and future space stations. And then from a health and safety perspective, one, the risk of an astronaut becoming sick in this specific scenario today is very low. Actually, one of my colleagues, Megan, she has been a Boeing employee. She actually gave a hug to the crew members as they were getting into the astronaut van today. You notice she had a mask on. And that mask is a part of a signal that we are in quarantine. There are members who work with the crew members that are in a medical quarantine to ensure that we limit and lower the risk of any pathogens or sickness to occur for an astronaut. And then if it does happen, we have the great fortune with our NASA mission specialists and medical professionals to take care of them, because astronauts have actually mentioned when they are in space, well, there is no down, there is no gravity. And so our bodies might react a little bit to that. And so our medical professionals ensure that, we don't have like what I would call almost like a vertigo, like you're at the end, at the top of a roller coaster about to go down feeling in your body. And so, but they train for this, they work on this, they work with an entire team so that they are ready for that moment.
Okay, thank you. He said thank you, Tony. Hey, kid, do you want to be an astronaut someday? Okay, he wants to be an astronaut, Tony. I hope one day you can become an astronaut. Okay, next question.
Just real quick, what's your name?
Yeah.
Sharif, since you are probably the youngest person I see in the room, and you asked the first question, we're going to invite you to our Boeing office here in Jakarta.
Wow!
And bring your closest 5 friends and come visit us, and we'll connect with you
and
afterwards.
Fun fact, I'm in HAJ is like a group of astronomers. Maybe you can go there sometime.
Sure.
Cool.
I'd love to.
Congratulations to you. And yeah, for the next question.
Just over there.
Yes, we have one over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go for it.
let's give the. Okay. You can stand up, sir, and then state your name, and then you can look at this camera. Yes.
Good evening. Hi, Tony. I'm Arafat from Indonesian Aerospace Association called FDM, Forum Dirgantara Muda. Thank you, Pak Zaid, for having us tonight also. So I have two questions. Yeah, first mainly because many of the participants here is students of aviation. I came from airline industry, so we deal like maybe Pak Zaid with the airplanes, yeah, aircraft. But we see that there are space shuttle, there are satellite, there are drones nowadays. So my first question would be, what is the significant differentiator between this different portfolio of aeronautical product, yeah, aircraft, space shuttle, and other, as you maybe explain later, in terms of their maintainability and reliability? Because just like our little brother asked about the odds of having sickness in the International Space Station, what about the aircraft or space shuttle or satellite itself in terms of maintainability and operability? That's first question. My second question would be, Pak Zaid in the beginning has give a nice illustration that Indonesian as an archipelago is as wide as from London to Afghanistan, and it's like Mr. Chapi Hakim once said, it's like Europe continent in terms of airspace, and we see that astronautical aspect, yeah, for space shuttle, satellite launch in Indonesia, to my understanding, is not quite growing as much as airlines industry in this country. So my question, how we can promote and accelerate the progression of this astronautical aspect, not only in terms of education, but also in its application in industry in Indonesia, and how maybe Boeing can take part along with the stakeholder in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the question, Pa. So we have two questions. The first one is from Tony, and the second one is for Zaid. Okay, Tony, do you want to answer the question?
Sure.
Sure.
You know,
okay, over to
at
you.
Boeing, it had fantastic. You know, for Boeing, we work on everything from seabed to space. And it's so interesting to me as an engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer by degree and took aerospace focused coursework as I did my master's at Rice. And one of the things that I've always found great about working on Starliner, which is a new vehicle, is that we took that maintainability into action, if you will, on the design. The crew module, or the very top part, the capsule part of the vehicle, is reusable up to 10 times. The console that Butch has in front of him has about 65 switches. Those are heritage, or actually we learned from the Apache aircraft. We looked at interiors and interior elements where we learned from our Dreamliner colleagues on our commercial airplane business, of how one sits in the vehicle and looks at the overall environment around them. And so from a capability perspective, we end up finding that vehicles from seabed to space are more similar than different, and then ensuring that maintainability and reliability, innovation for us is defined as, can we get to space more often? And can we get to space in a way that allows us that maintainability and bring down the cost of access to low Earth orbit? And from the time of Apollo to the time of Space Shuttle to the time and the new era that's about to start with Starliner, we have taken everything we've learned from across all platforms across Boeing, and it has made the Starliner a reality. And more importantly, what we learn in space makes life better on Earth. I look forward to the technologies and innovations we'll be able to put into our products because of Starliner ahead. Over to you, Zaid.
Thank you very much, Tony. I think that's a fantastic answer. And just due to the limited time, I'll quickly answer your question, Pak. So I think this is what we're doing today is the best way to build up the interest and the progression of space in Indonesia. So as you can see, we have 250 of our future leaders here sitting in the room with us today, learning about space and looking at history in the making. And we hope to do more of this. So as future launches happen, hopefully At America will continue to partner with us to host events like this, future satellite launches, Boeing satellite launches. The first satellite, as I mentioned in the past, the first satellite for Indonesia that launched in Indonesia was a Boeing satellite, a 702 MP that launched in 1976, named Palapa Satu. We are currently building Nusantara Lima 5, or Nusantara Lima, in English, Nusantara 5, and that we'll be delivering that to our Indonesian customer hopefully soon. So as we continue to build the engagement here in the country, there's additional events, right? We have the Bali Air Show that's happening in September. We have Indo Defense happening in November. Aviation is very busy, and not just aviation, but aerospace is very busy in Indonesia. And we continue to look forward to partnering with your organization, as well as all the different universities and the USAID HEPI initiative to reach all the different age groups out there to help get them more interested in aerospace and support them, and hopefully, play a major role in the growth here in aerospace with Boeing. Let's go to the next question, and maybe we can limit the question to one question because we only have 5 minutes left.
Yep, one question. Do you want it, Zach?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the students up there. Yep. Give a chance to one of the students. Yeah.
Okay, hello, my name is Yoga. I'm an aerospace engineering student at Bandung Institute of Technology. As we know, the Starliner has launched a couple times without crew, and this is the first crewed test flight. From an engineering perspective, what is the difference between a manned spaceflight and an unmanned spaceflight? And does unmanned spaceflight follow the same safety standards as a manned spaceflight? Thank you.
Okay, Tony.
Sure. From a vehicle perspective, what we knew that we could really put this vehicle in what I would call a test configuration and really stress test, if you will, the boundary conditions. I'm getting very engineering on you. The boundary conditions of our vehicle in flight. As we develop this spacecraft, you will see videos of us dropping a vehicle from an aircraft to land on land to test the airbags. We did a vehicle ingress-egress on the water and on land, in and out of the vehicle. We did the uncrewed test flight to get to the International Space Station without any crew on board to test the stress test the boundary conditions of the powerful software available on this spacecraft. And today represents the ability to test the interface between the human in the loop with the switches and dials, and the ability with a rotation hand controller and a translational hand controller to use 6 degrees of freedom in space. Why? Because we always want to give the human in the loop the ability to take over the vehicle, to assess, to drive, to do unique things in space on their way to the International Space Station. So this is on the way to our certification, and I just want to remind everyone that this is a test flight. Much like when we test ourselves as aerospace engineers, as mechanical engineers on the way to getting our degree from a university or a college or a technical institution, we are doing the same thing with the ultimate professors, NASA. NASA, who landed the first person on the moon. And so this is our way to get to certification and provide NASA yet another vehicle that can provide that vibrancy of economy in space. The best is ahead.
Awesome. Next question.
Okay, we
Thanks,
have
Tony.
maybe from this side. Yes. We have question.
Okay, my name is Daniel. I am a fresh graduate from aerospace engineering. So I can ask a question. There is any program for fresh graduate college in Boeing US or in Boeing Indonesia? Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question.
Right,
I'll
over
take
to you.
that, Tony. So we are growing rapidly in Indonesia. We've been here for 75 years, but we've always had people here for 75 years, but we've opened our corporate office here in 2021, and we currently have about 50 employees in Indonesia, mostly Indonesian employees. We're currently hiring. I would encourage you to look at our careers website and see what openings are there. And if you're interested in internships, the current cycle closed, just look for the next cycle when it opens, and follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram, and we'll stay connected that way. Thank you very much. Next question.
Okay, we have over here, maybe you? Yes. We have one question. Yes, okay. You can look at this camera, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm Elvina from Engineering Physics at Universitas Gadjah Mada. So, as a student, who will be soon graduate, I'm always looking for job opportunity by LinkedIn or other job site, and I want to know more about the aviation and aerospace industry. But however, I realized that so far in Indonesia has not maximized its potential in the aviation and aerospace industry, which I see that now the Indonesia is still focused on commercial, operational, and defense for the aviation industry. And my friends that come from aerospace engineering always telling me that it will be challenging for her for search for job in aerospace industry, and it makes her will take the education overseas so that she can go for her career in aviation. So with this Starliner project or other project that will come in Indonesia, will there be an opportunity for Indonesia to also have the potential to have the manufacturing plant itself and open up more opportunities to workers in Indonesia? Thank you.
Hey, Tony, let me take that. So thank you very much for the question. So today at Boeing in Indonesia, we currently have 5 suppliers supporting our global supply chain here in Indonesia throughout the different, throughout the country, all the different islands. In 2 weeks, we're hosting a supply chain in our first Indonesia Aerospace Industry Forum in Bandung, and we're inviting many companies and the government and to talk and discuss how we can grow the manufacturing capability and the supply chain here in Indonesia. So don't worry, globally we have a 2 million person shortage in aviation alone, and we have, that's even bigger when you look at space and all the different aspects of aerospace, and that is very true here in Indonesia, especially as Indonesia grows to become the 4th largest aviation market in the world. So I'm not worried. I'm very confident in the market here and the opportunities in the future, and just stay connected with us, and hopefully we'll find a fantastic match for you in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Zaid, I think we have still time.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. We have the question and answer session until 11. So
Perfect.
I think we are open to more questions. So from this side, please. Yes. Okay. Yes, we still have 15 minutes, more and less. Okay.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I'm from Purdue University. I just had a quick question for you, Tony. First, congratulations on your launch, and hopefully it'll go really well today. What are the plans for the Starliner in the future and for you personally?
Well, first off, thank you. My first boss was a Purdue graduate, so just for awareness there. From a future of Starliner perspective, first and foremost is getting this test flight launched and landed and getting our crew members back safely. That is the #1 mission as we look toward the future. So we take it each and every data point, every review, every milestone as we get that certification and approval from NASA as a new spacefaring vehicle to the International Space Station. Now, what does the future look like? I had an opportunity to work in a field called business development. And if you think about it, you might say an engineer doing business. Well, it's yet another way that we look at the approach of our vehicle in a marketplace. And we see this program being called Commercial Crew, Commercial Space Vehicle Starliner. And so the commercial arena of low Earth orbit space stations is coming to fruition. And it is both through government-led capabilities as well as government partnerships with allies and partners around the world. The International Space Station is a structure that represents 16 partner countries around the world. We see the Artemis Accords and the capabilities available to us in lunar and deep space exploration in the future. And we see capital markets, I'm getting very businessy here, but we see a commercial capability of low Earth orbit destinations. And our job, like we do day to day with our airplanes, is to deliver you from point A to point B, point to point in the most comfortable ride available to you to go visit your friends, family, business, or whatever you may do here on Earth. And our job for Boeing is to create that capability with a fantastically capable vehicle, point to point, today to the International Space Station, and in the future to future destinations in that low Earth orbit arena.
Okay, thank you, Tony. You want to add anything to say?
No, but just real quick, Tony, it looks like we're going to take some more time. If you still have time, we'll take 12 more minutes because we're going to delay the quiz a little bit because I think there's still a lot of questions in the room. Next question.
Thank you, Tony. Okay, from this side. Okay. Yes, you can stand up, please. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Reina, and I am currently a high school student here who's recently gotten into space and outer space. So, as a student, what do you think is the best way to start my journey into this field, and just the right way to get into this and like build my interest into this? Thank you.
Sure. Go build something. I've had the fantastic pleasure of getting to build Starliner. And in aerospace and mechanical engineering, we use the equations and the language of science and math and physics to speak in the world of human spaceflight and orbital mechanics. But there were days when I was building that astronaut training system with my colleagues where it was as simple as, let's go grab a drill, let's grab panels, let's 3D print ideas of what we think the vehicle would look like. This is about 8 years ago, and dialogue on what makes best sense for the crew member in the vehicle. That is a human tool and technology conversation. And I would say as you get more and more into the engineering, math, and science, yes, they are difficult, but always remember the number one goal you have: to help innovate, to create, and to build things for human beings to launch farther than ever before. And I think at the most fundamental arena, that is teamwork, that is getting what we call getting your hands dirty, going and trying an aerospace competition, whether it is a rocketry competition, a science payload, a small satellite competition, or laying down composite fiber manually, because at Boeing, we do that through these amazing machines on the Dreamliner today. If you understand those basics by building something, well, guess what? You can go help build us something better for that future. And so that to me has always been the number one motivation. And I would say my most important secret to continuing in engineering is find a mentor. Find someone who is 3 years ahead of you, 5 years ahead of you, 10 years ahead of you, 15 years ahead of you. Because if you can see it, you can be it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. Thank you, Tony. And maybe from this side, there's a question. Okay. The guy with the gray shirt. Yeah. Yes, okay. Please stand up. Okay.
Okay, thank you. My name is Nurul Anwar. You can call me Anwar. I'm from graduate aerospace engineering from Institute Teknologi Digantara di Sucipto. Now I have a team focus in the debris satellite in the world. And I have to build my team to focusing in debris cleaning in satellite. I can have the question for you. How to one step to the be building debris satellite in Indonesia. I think the tone in my question.
Okay, Tony, over to you.
Okay, can I get a understanding of that question, a repeat? My apologies.
Okay, you can repeat the questions one more time. Yeah.
How to I want get the build startup in debris cleaning satellite.
Oh, okay. Debris cleaning satellite
startup
and
debris
startups.
cleaning.
Yes. Okay, first off, I would say one, the number one export of engineering is ideas. And when you start with an idea, you also have to look at the environment that you are launching in. And as an engineer, two things come to mind. One, I know science and math, and I can build anything that I can come up with as an idea. Then there are constraints based on whether it's a supply of a material, whether it's the physics of getting to space, whether it's the cost of access to space, whether it's the capital to fund the idea, or whether it's the engineering idea that requires some new technology to make it real. And then on the third side of the coin is risk. How risky is it to test this idea? Can I simulate it through computer applied graphics, models that I can do with AI or physics or other arenas so I can demonstrate I can do it safely on the ground and simulate it? And then third, can I manage the risk by doing this in space and actually capturing a satellite to clean it or to move it to an orbit and things of that sort? And then the final is market assessment. Well, what companies or what organizations are doing that today? Today, satellites, at least the satellites that I have been aware of and worked with our Boeing portfolios, one, they're either small enough and closer to low Earth orbit that after their life cycle in space, they burn up on reentry and create zero debris as a management tool for an industry, if you will. Another way of doing it is a satellite goes to what we call a graveyard orbit. And those are specifically and tactically tracked by government organizations and commercial satellite providers. And by knowing where these items are, we create safety boundary conditions in orbit. And to your third point, that idea of capturing satellites is about to become truly a reality. Why? Because we see governments and private industry looking at this idea and what can we do? Because at the end of the day, we want to keep space as open as possible while meeting the demands of your cell phones from point to point and giving internet to the other 3 billion people through a program called O3B that Boeing is a part of in launching new satellites with SES on our platforms. We got to give that access. And so it's a balance. But if you have an idea, assess the risks, assess the capability, and bring that to reality.
Thank you, Tony. Okay, I think we're going to open one more question and last question. Okay, from this side? Yes, okay.
Right,
Yes.
thank you for the opportunity. My name is Menandi. I'm from Engineering Physics, Universitas Gadjah Mada. And my question is quite simple. So we know that Boeing has been long players in commercializing aviations, but I was wondering if Boeing is considering to join the race for commercializing space flight. So that's my question. Thank you.
Fantastic. You know, when I look at my career at Boeing, Boeing helped support the development and design of the Space Shuttle Orbiter. Boeing also, and that was where my internship started, helped operate the Space Shuttle through the end of its life cycle for NASA and its International Space Station partners. Today, Boeing and NASA work shoulder to shoulder on operating the International Space Station 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, to ensure safety of our crew members and the sustainability and continuing of science in space. We are working on the Space Launch System. We launched successfully last year. the Orion spacecraft around the moon, humanity's vehicle that was the farthest away we've been since Apollo. And then we are working on capabilities around the moon, and we are creating these capabilities with commercial spaceflight with Starliner today. And then we also work on our space vehicles with Millennium Space Systems, with our satellite vehicles, O3B I just gave as an example there. We have been a part of human spaceflight since NASA started. It may not always have a Boeing logo on the spacecraft like you see on the launch pad today, but we have always been behind NASA and helping NASA commercialize that capability. I look at this launch pad today, and I remember when this was only an idea. And to see that come to fruition shows you the power of working for a company like Boeing and the power of the democratization and commercialization of space for more people to fly there.
Okay, that's our last question. Zed, do you want to add anything for the last question?
No, because if I add something, it might reveal some of the answers for the quiz.
Okay.
So we'll wait.
Okay. Thank you. So everyone, can we give a big round of applause once again to our guest, Tony? So Tony, behalf from Ad America team, thank you so much for being in the question and answer session. Hopefully any further collaboration. And remember, if you're visit Jakarta, Indonesia, please visit Ad America. So can we give a big round of applause?
So
Bye, Tony.
Thank you so much, Tony. Appreciate it.
Okay, so what's our next agenda, Seth?
I believe we have some.
We have quiz. Yes, we
do
have
it.
a Kahoot quiz. So, yes, please, to warm up this session, to get a special merchandise from Boeing. So, please do open www.kahoot.it. Semuanya sudah familiar dengan Kahoot? Familiar with Kahoot? Yes? Okay. So, prepare your phone, prepare your gadget, www.kahoot.it, and then you can put the game pin 5251755. Or you can scan the barcode over here for the easiest access. And yeah, please put your proper name. Yes, your real name, or yeah. So it's going to be easier for us to call your name, the winner of top 3 of this Kahoot. Okay. So we have here, can you introduce your name, please?
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, hi.
Yeah, just to echo Zed, we're so delighted to have you here for this momentous and historical event. So my name is Nanggala. You might say I'm a half engineer, half salesperson, but either way, I'm a Boeing employee. Okay. So I'll be helping Zaid to do this quiz. So the quiz will be more of in Indonesian or even space or aviation topics. So it will show some questions, and it will show 4 multiple answer. So each time you answer it correctly, it will top up your point, and at the end of the quiz, you can see the leaderboard. So the winner of this quiz will have at least the bragging rights as a best aviation aficionado tonight in this room. And on top of that, you'll be having, you'll receive a very special prize from Boeing, which actually I don't know what that is, but I believe Zaid already prepared a very special gift for you. So without further ado, let's do it.
Without further ado, the first question we're gonna see, which year was the Boeing CST-100 Starliner program officially announced?
Okay.
Okay.
Some historical questions.
Yeah. In your device, it's gonna be like the color and only the shapes of the Kahoot, yeah? So if you want to see the answer, the options is right here in the big screen.
Yeah, I like the way you put some time limit so they don't have time to Google it, all right? Yeah.
Yes, the correct answer is 2010. So the Boeing CST-100 Starliner program was officially announced by Boeing in 2010. Yes.
Yeah, not bad, Krishna.
Okay, next question.
Next question.
How many astronauts will fly on today's mission? So, do you really know about this event or not?
So I think the faster you answer, the more points
Yeah,
you
the
get,
faster
right?
you answer, you will acquire
to
more
win
points.
This game, yeah, the fastest and the right one. And the correct answer is 2. Oh gosh!
All right.
Okay. It's Krishna.
Okay, so certainly Krishna do know something.
Yes. We're going
Not
to see
bad.
with our next question, where is the Boeing CST-100 Starliner manufactured? Okay. Is it
Yeah.
enough time to time to read?
I think it's option D, right?
Oh, right. Okay, 5 seconds. And the correct answer is the red one.
Okay, not bad.
It's still Krishna. Oh, sorry,
I'm
Krishna.
sorry, Krishna.
Okay, is Boeing planning to fly private astronauts or space tourists? Is it yes or no? Yes?
Yeah.
It's just 2 options. It's going to be quick. Yes. We have all the answers. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Yes. Okay. Let's see.
Maybe some of you.
Is it Brenda still leading? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, next. Let's see. How long does it take to get to the International Space Station? Is it less than 2 hours? 6 until 12 hours? 12 until 24 hours? Or 72 until 74 hours? Okay, make it quick. And the correct answer is B. Oh. Let's see, Brenda. Oh, Krishna is back to the game.
Where is this Krishna actually? You are?
Oh, nice.
Not bad, not bad.
Bold answer. Great.
Are you guys answering? How many CST-100 Starliner crew models has Boeing built?
Let's see, is it 1, 3, 10, or 48?
Maybe you distracted Krishna and
Oh yeah.
somebody else.
That's the whole point actually.
Oh, 61 person. Okay, let's see. 61 people and still
Krishna was
Krishna.
not distracted.
Krishna, I need to remind you that ChatGPT is not allowed. Yeah, I'm just joking.
How many crew members can CST-100 Starliner carry? Is it?
Is it?
Oh, Krishna already answered. Okay. It's 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is 7. Whoa. You're smart, kid. Krishna it is. Okay. Next question. How many times could the Starliner be reused? Okay. Already click. Is it 10 times, 8 times, 6 times, or 4 times? Ooh. And the correct answer is 10 times.
10 times. Awesome.
Is it still Krishna? Okay.
It's still Krishna. Come on, guys. You need to do better than this.
Maybe you want to read the question?
What year did the initial uncrewed test flight of the Starliner take place?
Oof. The answers keep coming. Is it 2001, 2013, 2019, or 2023? Okay. And the correct answer is?
Oh.
The most answered is in 2013. Is it still Krishna? Oh, still leading.
Very close, very close.
Very close.
It's
yeah.
getting interesting.
Which rocket will launch the Boeing CST-100 Starliner to space?
Okay, this one is tough.
This one is tough.
USS stands for United States Spacecraft, by the way, so I think that's the probable answer.
I don't trust this guy.
Yeah, I tried to make this more interesting, though.
Okay. Atlas V.
Okay,
good job.
It's everywhere.
This one is too easy, perhaps.
There's still people who answer it wrong, okay?
Okay.
How is the Boeing CST-100 Starliner designed to land?
So on land using airbags for cushioning, on water with the assistance of inflatable flotation devices, on land using retro rockets for a precise touchdown, or on snow surfaces using skis for stability.
I'd like to meet a person who answered D, actually. That's bold.
Okay. The correct answer. Oh, only 27 people who answered correctly. Is it still? Oh, Brenda. Oh, okay, kid. Let's see. Next question. What does the 100 in CST 100, the name of Boeing Starliner spacecraft, represent? 100. Represent apa tuh?
Pinjam dulu.
Ooh. Keeps coming. Is it Brenda? Gonna lead this. And the correct answer is the altitude of the Kármán line, the boundary of space. 61 people who answered correctly, and Brenda still leading. Okay.
Only 20 points. Wow.
Yes.
Which launch site is used for the Starliner spacecraft's Atlas V rocket launches? We have Kennedy Space Center, Vandenberg Space Force Base, Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, or Wallops Flight Facility.
Okay.
It's built in Kennedy Space Center, but it's launched from
It's still Brenda.
across.
Okay. Next question. Who is the female astronaut set to be on board
This
the
is
Boeing
interesting.
CST-100 Starliner?
This is interesting.
Is it Sofia Lachuba, I think? Okay.
It's a decoy.
Yes. Let's see. Is there people who choose Sofia Lachuba? The B and the blue one? Is it? Oh! 9 people. It's the biggest fan of her.
I like those 9 people who answer Sofia Lachuba,
Yes,
actually.
right? There's 9 people still answered
Nice.
Sofia Lachuba. Okay. Okay, what is the elevation of the crew access arm and white room above the launch pad where the crew will board the Starliner? Ooh. We're doing like the exact number here. And the correct answer is, to be exact, 51.5 meters. Okay, let's see. Is it still Brenda and Krasna and Kushi? Okay, let's see. The next one. Where is the designated docking location for the Boeing CST-100 Starliner spacecraft in space? The Death Star, the International Space Station, the Moon, or Omega Nebula? And the correct answer is the International Space Station. Okay.
This one is too easy.
It's too easy?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It's still Brenda
It's still
leading.
Brenda.
It's still Brenda. Okay. Next.
4 more questions, yeah.
We have 4 more questions.
So the next one is, who is the first pilot confirmed to break the sound barrier?
I bet it's Nicolas Saputra.
Everyone know him, Nicolas
Yes.
Saputra, Chuck Yeager, Chuck Norris,
Okay.
or Neil Armstrong.
Okay. You're helping them with the options. And the correct answer is it's still 9 people answer Nicolas Saputra.
Yet there's a lot of people
Yes,
still.
like in Sofia Lachuba. Okay, Brenda, Kresna, and Jessica. Next. When was the first Boeing airplane delivered to Indonesia? Okay, is it 1945, 1949?
What does it say here?
It's
75
stated here.
years, right?
Okay, just calculate it.
2024 minus 75 equals.
Mental math for the engineers. Let's go.
Equal. And the correct answer is 1949. Okay,
You've
let's
done
see.
your math correctly.
Ooh!
Okay, we have
Kresna leading the
we
game.
have a very tight
Okay.
leaderboard here. It's like Manchester City and Arsenal here. sorry if I
Okay.
offend you.
Which Boeing aircraft has been depicted on an Indonesian rupiah note? Well,
Yes, rupiah banknote.
we're showing the answer. This was
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yes.
after the question, but that's okay.
You can.
That's okay.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you know it.
It depends who is the fastest one who click it the right answer.
But there's the iconic humpback.
Oh, the correct
Yeah,
answer is
it's
C. Okay, let's see. Is it Kresna or? Okay. Do you want to go to space? No, I'm happy on Earth.
There's no wrong answer on this.
Yes, yes. It just depends.
I don't think there's GoFood in space.
Okay. So,
All right.
91%, yeah. Okay, let's see our podium. Infinity and Beyond Starliner launch party is Kushi number 3.
Whoa.
Please prepare, Kushi. It's Brenda. So I'm guessing the first one is drum roll. Kresna. Okay, so Kushi, Brenda, and Kresna, please stand up and go to the stage. Yes, please. So we're gonna give the special merchandise from Boeing and Ad America. Yes, please.
Congratulations.
So yes.
So you're number 3, right?
Yes, it's Kushi number 3.
There you go. We have a lot of cool things inside. We have
A lot of cool things. We have Lawn Yard from Ad America.
Boeing pin.
We have Boeing pin. Ooh, congrats, Kushi. Oh, keychain. And we have.
You can read it.
Not Boeing, I'm not going.
If it's not Boeing, I'm not going.
There's a lot of other small things, and some are packaged, but
It's our package, yeah. It's like
Starliner launch party with a lamp and with an astronaut.
Okay.
But it's packaged, so yeah.
Let's go. Congrats to Kushi. Can we give a big round of applause to Kushi? Shake, please. Okay. Okay, stay over here. Stay over here. Okay, and then the second one is Brenda. Brenda? Okay, Brenda, it's online. Okay, congrats, Brenda. And then the first one is Kresna.
This is actually not the first time we meet, right?
Yeah. Okay.
We had lunch together one time
Oh.
because he's an aviation enthusiast. So
Okay.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, Kresna.
We're going to invite you and 9 of your friends to our office for an exclusive tour with me.
Oh, congrats for the office tour. Okay, can we take a picture together with Kushi and Kresna and of course with you, Zed?
Sure. Oh, wait.
Thank you so much. Please, you can go back to your seat. Okay. So thank you so much. And for Brenda, please do take your gift to Add America because you're the second winner of the Kahoot session. So now I think we're gonna
Yeah, we have a video from,
right?
yes.
Yes, we have a video.
Hey there, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in from Indonesia. I understand we have quite the gathering there with the U.S. Embassy and our Boeing teams and some students from a local college there. We really appreciate the support. We're here at the home of Starliner here on Kennedy Space Center. We're really excited about our launch today. But don't forget, the launch is just one part of the mission. We've got a sequence of events testing the spacecraft and a ton of teams who have worked really hard on these capabilities. That said, the capabilities aren't just for America and for NASA. They are a global capability that we are very much looking forward to leveraging across the globe. So again, thanks for tuning in today, and go Starliner.
Okay, thank you so much. Do you want to add anything, Zed, before we close for the online audiences?
No, thank you so much for tuning in online. We're very excited. I think we're going to switch to the live stream. If you're online, just go to the Boeing YouTube channel and you can watch the live stream right now. And looking forward to launching in T-minus 8 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Can we give a big round of applause to Zed? Okay, and now we're about to broadcasting of the Starliner spacecraft, the Atlas V rocket. For you who watch via online platforms and Zoom, please check our newest update, comment section or caption to access the broadcast link. You can click or type it, and it will go directly to the broadcast link. Thank you so much for attending this event and tuning in with us and sharing the greatest experience in At America. My name is Patricia Elizabeth, and see you at the next At America events. Bye.